Nelly Slam! Slam your feet on the ground and march around like you're a jackal! You know who you are! Don't dive into camp on dive, or you'll burn alive! John got his friend taking down cyber dive! What can't get a time? You can do whatever you want! Do what you gotta do! Whatever you do, don't push into the pizza warmer! That dinosaur done crouched over that pizza!
Fresh slices, cheesy and nice, coming from the oven. It's party time, so for your homeboys and your crazy cousins. We came here to eat, we're not leaving until we're stuffed. And there'll be nothing left, nothing safe, not even a crust. All aboard for a fat boy trip, and you can call me captain. Don't forget the paper plates and the stack of napkins.
Go.
John, I have missed you. It's your old pal Joey Royale with a new dawn of Joey Royale's Pizza Party. Let me take a look at you. Wow, it's like your Benjamin Buttons aging backwards. Your hair looks great. Your nose looks great. Oh, you smell nice tonight, baby. Whoa, look, I got a haircut that took off the sides like a nut. Party in the front and party in the back. Neon Lord is next to me. How you doing, pal?
I'm doing fantastic. It's beautiful to finally be back on Joey Royale's. It's been what, since August since we had one?
Yeah, it's been a long
September,
time. We've missed the whole season. Yeah.
It's good to be. It's
But
good
we're
to be back.
We're under the Sewer Rats RPG Mega Corporation banner now. We used to be on the Goodman Games channel, and we still love Goodman Games. But I thought, hey, let's branch out a little bit so we can talk about all sorts of role-playing games. Still going to be covering some beautiful DCC stuff that's coming out. But we're going to do a little bit more of an eclectic mix. Speaking of eclectic, oh, Neon Lord, we got some guests tonight, right?
We do.
We got John Hambone McGuire. Woohoo! That's a stylish dude. That guy can sell ice to Eskimo. And then we got my very good friend, all of our good friends, the Tiger Wizard, Andrew. All right, Epic Levels. He's got all sorts of crazy stuff going on. And then my friend, Handsome Steve from the Hive Scum podcast. And Under the Dice, we're going to be shooting it up, rolling dice, talking all sorts of stuff. So let's get into it. Let's move into the Crypt of Cool. These are some, I mean, we haven't met each other again since August, Neon Lord was saying. So let's see what Joey got in the mail. Let's start with 3 3/4 inches of amazingness. Recently in the mail, I was blessed with some sick plastic of some heroes. First of all, Dr. Metal can't be with us tonight. He's got some family things going on. He will be on the future episodes. But Dr. Metal, being the gent that he is, look what he gifted me with. I wanted this so bad. Fry, don't you love
Phenomenal.
these Marvel Legends 3.75s?
Absolutely phenomenal stuff.
And this guy is currently my favorite superhero right now. You know, I don't know about you, Brian, but I move through superheroes. Oh, yeah,
yeah.
Chris Star right
Yeah,
there.
then he gave me the Chris Star same time. Shout out to
That's
the Dr.
awesome.
Metal.
But like, does that happen to you? Do you move through superheroes?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. But right now, Silver Surfer is one of my favorites, so that's great. That's going up on the wall. And then, woo, man, Timmy Snyder said that. Look at that. Luchador, the Blue Demon. Or is it really Cristobal from Weird Heroes of Public Access? You figure it out. And then, oh, this was a beautiful gift I got around August from my main man right there, Scott Cthulhu, who is no longer with us, but will always be on the pizza party. His beautiful sister Carrie sent me something I adore. Brian, remember checking these out?
Oh, yeah.
From Weird Stories. These are all reaction. These were, what would you call it? Public domain.
Before pre-code
horror comics.
Yep.
Yeah. And this
Like
is the glow version, very on brand for Mr. Joey Royale. So
like
thank you to all my friends that sent me that beautiful stuff. What else have I been cracking at? Oh, here's some more stuff from friends in the mail. Also from Fairhaven, my man Kyle Jameson, Vampire Cinema, explores Fairhaven again. He also did the Electric Brain. This is really cool. This is an 8-page old school style deed. Hey, who's that guy? That looks a little familiar. If I wasn't married, look at that. But look, so it's basically a solo RPG set in Fairhaven, but it's also ways to come up some ideas about the goings on in Fairhaven. I love the collage aspect of this. And what's even better for all you kids with lockers that need some decoration, when you fold it open, look at that guy. Woo! Check that out. That guy looks familiar to me. So, Kyle, thanks for all your efforts with that. You can find that on the Vampire Cinema itch. And, well, a lot of this stuff is stuff that we are going to be talking about tonight, but I'll tell you what. I'm going to throw it out there first, Bri. Huh?
Oh, yeah. Beautiful stuff.
Chef Kiss by the sewer rat himself, Ham and Egg Publishing, John Hambone Maguire, one of the coolest guys I have ever met in my life, came up with something that is, everybody needs this. I don't care whether you're just starting out with your first project or you're a veteran of the trade. Crowdfund your life. A do-it-yourself guide to crowdfunding your first tabletop RPG. Very timely, as we are in Zine Quest month with Kickstarter. Hambone's gonna be on in a minute to talk about this. So I got some cool stuff there. What else? Oh, he can also, hey, Brian, you ever hear about this?
A little bit, yeah.
Tell me about it, you knucklehead. Right here, hey, boys and girls, Neon Lords and John Hambone Maguire got together and made this beautiful zombie survival RPG. Go ahead, Bri.
Yeah, so it's basically our love letter to Return of the Living Dead, Dawn of the Dead specifically. It uses the 5 Alive system. So you pretty much have to roll 5 or better, but the more damage you take, the lower down the dice chain you go. And you only use a D6, D8, D10, and D12.
Where can they find this?
So they can get that on the Ham and Egg Etsy shop, John's Etsy. If John's in the chat, you can pop in the link. We also did a Seasons Eatings, which is a mall Santa zombie scenario with a full mall that we fleshed out, and it was pretty intense.
Yeah, I played it. It was awesome. We had a blast around the holidays. I got so much stuff that I got to cover. I'm just going to cut it and I'll save it for the next episode. But every episode now, I'm going to go back in the time machine. As you all know, I have this beautiful store called the Citadel in the town over to me in Groton, the nuclear submarine capital of the world. And every once in a while, I go through the back of the store, the dusty end, where they got a treasure trove of unknown things. And I came across this. Blew my mind. All right. Check this out. Over the Edge, 2nd edition. All right. It's a thick one. I'm going to dive into it a little bit more, but the setting blew me away. All right. So you're on this pseudo-Mediterranean island where anything goes. Very 90s. All right. But it's also heavily flavored with like William F. Burroughs' Naked Lunch kind of feel. Yeah, for a role-playing game. You got a little David Lynch. God rest his soul. Boy, that was a punch in the breadbasket, huh? And a little bit of Philip K. Dick. You got a little Dickster in here, too. You know, nobody talks about this enough, but very cool. Runs on a very similar engine to the West End Star Wars game. So I'll be talking about this more. I got some cool supplements coming that we'll talk about next pizza party.
We should do a live pizza party from the Citadel.
Oh my God! Oh, yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Just because, like,
that's not a bad idea.
I mean, you probably saw the piles I made of stuff.
Yeah.
Like nobody's.
What were some of your hits? What were some of your hits that you found?
I got Tank Girl, the role-playing game. I got some Mayfair's Underground supplements that I needed. Some DC Jonah Hex, back when Jonah Hex in the 80s was the post-apocalyptic Jonah Hex. I got the DC Adventure for that. Some Car Wars quarterly magazines with some werewolves on bikes or on motorcycles. But
I didn't know you got that. That's sick.
Oh yeah, very cool stuff. It's just I got so much stuff I can't even remember what I even pulled out of there.
Yeah, great stuff. We'll bring some more Citadel treasures down the path. Hey, I got to pay the bills a little bit here. Fairhaven Beings, my latest extension of the Weird Heroes of Public Access franchise that I got going over here. So I'm going to hold you over until the Kickstarter. Kickstarter is going as planned. It's over in the factory, getting produced. Chinese New Year just ended, so they are printing them out. I've been in touch with the company. Very happy with the service I got from Panda Games. Thank you, Cardner, for all that great stuff. So as I get updates, I'll let you know. But we got the beer koozie, the dice, the GM screen. We added a ribbon. I got some samples in the mail. I'm not going to share them yet. I don't want to spoil anything. I want this to be a big surprise. So we got beautiful stuff coming out there. Now I'm going to step over into the other realm where we get a little mindful for a wisdom check. This is where we dive deep into the past and the present to figure out what makes creators and the creative mind think. And when you get in the rut, what do you do to get over it? Now, to get us grounded, now I know this is Neon Lord's favorite part of the evening, where I consult my world-famous Garbage Pail Kids tarot deck. So let's get a little taste, Neon Lord, as to what we'll be exploring. Now, as you all know, anybody familiar with the pizza party knows, what I do is right before the show, I shuffle up 3 times, fan fold, and I pull out a random card for us to focus on, okay? Today, and listen, I don't plan this. It just happens, and you'll see how it all interconnects. So you as a creator, you as an artist, I want you to listen to this. This is very important. My favorite part of the show, other than all the rest parts of the show. Tonight, we pulled the 7 of Wands with Cyclops reversed. And I'm going to consult the Oracle. And I want you to think about this because this is about you. I say, oh, great tarot. So everybody out in Spaghetti Land, what's the message we're going to share? And this is what the Garbage Pail Kid shot back at me and hit me in the eye, okay? Cyclops, 7 of Wands, reversed. You're under so much stress that you're just about willing to throw up your hands and surrender. You've been devoting a lot of your time and energy trying to meet really tough expectations. And the demands are finally starting to weigh you down. Poof, they've been reading my mail. Reevaluate your goals. Is all of this really worth it? Maybe it's time to slow down and rethink how you define success. Now, that's going to be a theme of the rest of the show for today. That one really struck me. How do you define success? And does the way you define success impede your progress or makes it excel? To many, as you know in the world, success, right, Brian?
Yeah.
So everybody wants to be on top of a pile of cash. But is it worth it? And what do you have to give up to get there? I wish all of you success.
That is
but
true.
We're going to talk about that. And Brian, I want you to think about that because when I get to you, I'm going to ask you that question. What is success to you? But before we go any further, one of my favorite books in the world, The Art Spirit by Robert Henry. This book is mostly about painting, but it can really touch everything. And it's interesting. You know, with the passing of David Lynch, Brian, they have a free 3-hour masterclass of his on YouTube. I'm almost done with it. And he actually references this book. This was very impactful to him, which is really cool. But listen, I want to read just a quick part of this, and I want to think about this. Don't belong to any school. Don't tie up to any technique. All outward success, when it has value, is but the inevitable result of an inward success of full living, full play, and enjoyment of one's faculties. A man cannot be honest unless he is wise. To be honest is to be just, and to be just is to realize the relative value of things. The faculties must play hard in order to seize the relative values. Now, here's the crazy thing, everybody. Here's the crazy thing. I pulled the card after I selected this. I just flipped through some pages and I found a passage that spoke to me a couple days ago, right? I pulled the Garbage Pail Kid card today. Success, success. Don't belong to any school. Don't tie to any technique. All outward success, when it has value, is but the inevitable result of inward success.
It's very serendipitous.
Very je ne sais quoi, as they say.
As the
So,
kids say
Neon
these
Lord,
days.
I got to tell you something. I'm going to blow some smoke up you a little bit, but
All right.
you've been a tried and true friend since we met.
Absolutely.
And we struck a chord. I consider you family at this point, and I love you.
100%.
And you recently have, from my perspective, have really reached some success. You've overcome some obstacles. You've learned a lot about the business in an exponential amount of time. You and I both got started really around the same time. And over the past couple of years, you've really jumped into some places that a lot of people have never even considered before. And we laugh about it because it's cool and fun, but like you've really conquered some things in the RPG world that nobody's done before. You know, the premiums that you offer, the clubs, the way you approach graphics, the scratch and sniff stickers. Now you're getting into skirmish games and minis. Why don't you tell everybody, can you talk about skirmish and everything?
Yeah, oh, absolutely. So
it's out. Yeah.
It's on Kickstarter now. So Brian Colin is a good friend. Vast Grim,
great guy,
a phenomenal guy, one of the best.
Vast Grim, yeah.
He's doing, well, he did and is doing a skirmish game based on the Forbidden Psalm rules called Squirmish. So I'm a huge, tabletop, Necromunda, Judge Dredd, 2000 AD, skirmish, battletop, whatever. And I wanted in on that. So I pitched the idea to him. I said, what about like a Neon Lord Squirmish compatible supplement add-on book? So we had some meetings about it and got the green light. And then so now you can get, it's going to be like 80 some pages. It's going to be almost a standalone book on its own. As an add-on to the Squirmish, if you're so keen to buy it.
So Squirmish is a skirmish game that kind of overlaps both Brian Collins' own Vast Grim world, which is beautiful, and it's like peanut butter and jelly with the Neon Lords world.
100%.
You guys could pass as brothers in some circles.
I think so.
Yeah. But great guy, and I'm glad to hear that you're doing that too. And you made a big announcement today.
Well, yeah, there's that, but I'll say one more thing. So we also, so this is a precursor to in October, we're going to start working on a board game together called WrestleManiacs, to where it's Vast Grim Neon Lords Wrestling board game. So that's the big reason why we also collabed on this. And then Left Goodman Games distribution and doing the cons for them. And so I just announced today that co-publishing with Exalted Funeral from
congratulations.
Yep, thank you.
Which is a great connection. Speaking of Exalted Funeral, we have one of their greatest pallbearers. One of this guy does so much for people. He is selfless, LESF. He will spend any time that he has helping others out. This guy even makes phone calls.
Yeah,
all right, bring phone calls back. That human touch. Matt Robertson. I texted Matt Robertson, great babe, the other night. I'm like, hey, buddy, thinking of you. He calls me right back right away. He's like, why the hell are you texting me? Call me, you son of a gun. And that's how I'm going to listen. Let's make 2025 the year where we call each other a little bit more. All right, take that extra step.
To be fair, I was always going to call you, but you are a busy man, so I don't want to.
Feel free.
Because one time I did call you. and you were about to fire somebody.
No, not me. That was the other guy.
Yeah. So then you were like, oh, like I threw you off your.
Oh my
your-
cheeks are getting red over here.
I threw you off
Joey
your
Royale would
mojo.
never do a thing like that. I'd have my cousin do it.
No, yeah, or whoever that other guy I called was.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm always very hesitant now to call you.
No. Listen, I'm a nice guy. Don't, jeez, Brian. All right, yeah. So, anyways,
Yeah.
let's not fire anybody tonight.
That's all right.
Can we bring him in? The beautiful pallbearer of Exalted Funeral,
Ooh, nice.
the Tiger Wizard himself, all the way from Epic Level, and now a genuine sewer rat himself. Bring him on.
All right, so it's just gonna take me a second to figure it out.
Yeah, figure it out for a second. I hope he's dressed. We're trying out this like waiting room thing and all that.
Yeah,
so we're learning the ropes.
All right, there we go.
Yeah? Where is he?
There he is.
Hey, Pies out! Look at that! Stuart!
Hello.
Hello,
Hey.
Tiger Wizard. How you doing?
I'm great, man. I can hear all those kind of things you were.
Turn your microphone down a little bit. You're like so loud.
He's excited. It's the pizza party.
I am excited.
Yeah, but like I'm just saying.
How's that sound?
Way better, yeah.
Oh yeah,
Hey,
I am. I'm
nice
very
to see you.
excited to be here. Excited, as you can see, to join the sewer rats.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's great to be here. How
We
you
love
doing?
you. Thank you for being such a kind person, such a creative person. You are a phenomenal artist. You are an amazing project manager. You get things done, but you always put in that extra effort to be kind and to be cool. So thanks. I'm proud to have you as a friend, Tiger.
I'm just trying to be like you, Joey.
So listen, for the people in Spaghetti Land that hasn't had the opportunity or the privilege to meet you yet, just give us a quick bio about yourself.
Okay, so my name is Tiger Wizard. I have a cat. My cat's name is Yara. It's named after a Conan wizard. I like to do drawings. I like to do hip hop rap music. I like to hang out with the Neon Lord. I like to make telephone calls, I guess.
Yeah.
Why not? I like to check
Yeah,
in
I
on
mean,
my
it
friends.
realistically saves a lot of time.
Yeah.
It does.
We get a lot done in like 20 minutes on a phone
And it puts
call.
things in context. You know, it's not like, oh, that's not what I meant. The tone might have been. It's like like a human. You know, like a human.
Yeah.
I'm also like I grew up on the like the block phone where you have to push a button 3 times to get to the right letter, you know, when you're sending a text.
Yeah, there's a name for that. I don't remember.
Like the Razor flip phone, like you
Yeah.
remember those? So it's not second nature.
T9, right? I believe it's called.
That's right. Yeah. T2.
Sure.
Is it T2?
No, that's a great
That's
movie.
Judgment Day.
Yeah.
We're already getting sorry, Tiger. Go ahead.
Yeah, we can get back to that. We'll be back. We'll be back to that part. About me though, that's pretty much it. So I work at Exalted Funeral as a game designer. So I'm stoked to like talk about game design or games that we've made or that we're making. Outside of that, I live in Atlanta. I just had a baby girl. Her name is Willow.
Congratulations on parenthood with you and your partner.
I'm pretty stoked for it.
Named her after a great movie.
And the other thing that I do that some of you might have seen is or heard is the Mad Dungeon podcast.
Yes.
With Epic Levels, which started as a Dungeons and Dragons or fantasy TTRPG hip hop group. But we do a podcast where we bring people on, talk about what they're creating, talk about their hopes and dreams, and then crush them and make something. That's we took a little bit of a break for, having a baby, but we'll be back later this year with a new season.
Highly recommend it, guys. It's really fun. And at the end of every episode afterwards, an art piece comes out, right?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah.
It's pretty fluid, we can go with the flow. So, okay.
Yeah.
So I got something in the mail the other day. I know that you like to show off stuff that you get in the mail.
Yeah, I love mail.
Okay. So I got this amazing art piece in the mail. And it's these 2 wrestler guys. And it really touched my heart. It's just like It made me feel really good. Thank you for sending that. It came with this really cool zine that I think
Oh yeah,
you already pumped it, but I'll pump it again. It's like vampires and stuff for WHPA.
It's like a Danzig
Looks so
song.
good. Huh?
It's like a Danzig song
Beings.
in zine form. I'm just saying.
In
Like,
Yeah,
zine
it
form?
kind of.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was a bad joke. Sorry.
Am I beings?
Yeah.
What's going on? What's hot over at Exalted right now?
Oh, well, all kinds of stuff happening at Exalted right now. So we're doing a Kickstarter right now for
Yeah.
Glumdark.
Yes.
So Glumdark, it's a system agnostic, very beautiful book. It's grim fantasy. System agnostic is basically like the tables and rollable tables that you never knew that you wanted.
Yes.
So they've got like lousy cantrip spells. There's a great table of those. There's like adventure hooks. It's already funded. It's got maybe a week left, something like that. So the artwork is amazing.
Beautiful artwork.
The artist, the primary artist is Vil, but there's some work from Let, and also the author has done a few pieces, Christopher Drello. And then the limited edition version has a limited edition cover has a piece from Johan Noir.
Yes, beautiful.
From Morkborg.
Yeah.
So I definitely recommend you check it out. It's something that I'm going to keep near the table when I'm ever rolling dice. Something just to grab and reference. Some really cool tables.
It's a pretty cool time to be in the RPG scene because RPGs have reached another level. They've reached the art level.
An epic level.
An epic level. Ah, well played.
Yeah.
But seriously, these things are pieces of art. These are things you can use, but these are things, half the time I buy these things just because I like to Saturday morning wake up, have coffee, and just look at the art.
Yeah, did you get Vermis?
Oh my God, Vermis? Come on.
I got both of them.
Vermis too? Yeah.
Yeah, I got Vermis too, as well, as they say.
Great example of that.
Also, speaking of things that you just want to wake up and look at, I want to show this. I want to show this off.
Oh yeah. Oh my God, this is so sick. I'm ordering this tomorrow.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, you should. So this is Puke Apocalypse. This is a miniature skirmish combat game. Unlike a lot of miniature skirmish combat games, instead of using like guns or melee weapons, the way that you fight your foes is by puking on them.
Yeah, that's how you do it.
I'm really excited about this game. I did help the creator with the development of it, so that was a lot of fun getting to kind of goof around with some puke. And then
and I also did Lucas art as well as Target Wizard art, so it's like
I've got some artwork in there as well. Like
worlds.
That's you. That's yours right there.
Yeah, I don't know if it's okay for the kids, but
oh yeah. Everybody pukes, right?
That's true. Kids puke a lot.
Oh yeah, tell me about it. I'm covered. That's why I'm not wearing pants.
It comes with a barf bag where you can put all your bits.
Oh yeah.
Does it really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it comes with a puke bag.
Oh, sick.
And this is what you put all your tokens in.
I also have a copy, and it's very fun.
That is perfect, man.
This is the measuring widget for measuring how far.
We've said this a million times on the show. If you put a prize in the cereal box, Joey Royale is in, baby.
100%.
It's got the little puke tokens.
Oh, what a time to be alive. What a time to be alive.
So, Lukas Kowalczyk did the cover. He's got some amazing pieces of artwork in there. I tried to show off some of mine. I don't know how the camera worked. But also, Alexander Kostic, got to shout him out. He's got some amazing stuff in there as well. Find him on Instagram, Art of Caustic.
Okay.
And yeah, that's Puke Apocalypse. It's pretty fun.
Love it. Hey, you want to stick around for a little bit? We got some friends coming on.
I love hanging out. That's what I'm here for.
I'm glad you're part of the sewer rats now. Yeah. So listen, we're going to do an official video, but I keep on talking about sewer rats. Okay. So, like a year or two back, the Neon Lord, Ben and Ted from Don't Tell Mom and Dad and I got together and said, let's combine forces, let's put out a zine, and let's just do some self as a collaborative team. So we all got back together. We all got busy in families and all that, but we just got back together a couple weeks ago, and we've reformed. And now we're bringing on Levi Combs, John Hambone Maguire, which will be back, and Tiger Wizard. And we're going to be doing all sorts of things on the Sewer Rats YouTube channel once we get that all straightened out, where we're all going to have our own shows talking about creativity, comics, role-playing games, things that inspire us, new creators. We're going to be putting out a zine that crosses kind of all of our interests. And we're going to be doing all sorts of projects. And you're going to hear it here first. There might even be a Sewer Rats scholarship where we might be funding some lucky author's dream of putting out a zine of their own, a first-timer, okay? So stay tuned for that. Ben and Ted have some really exciting Don't Tell Mom and Dad stuff coming out. Those Philly boys, I love them. So they're going to be on the pizza party soon, too. And you'll be hearing more from them. But our next Sewer Rat that's going to be on tonight, just by coincidence, because we want to focus on a Zine Quest contribution, is our good friend. Hold on, I got to get ready for this one because he's a fancy guy.
Oh, putting on the Old Spice.
Yeah, this is the new one I got. I just
Oh.
hope it's great. I bought it for this show. I got one in the cabinet and one down here. So sorry, Tiger Wizard.
That's
I
okay.
probably smelled a little garlicky before you came on, but we're back. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from the Palm Barrens of New Jersey, the main man, the punk with the pompadour. Woo, I love this guy. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. John Hambone Maguire, you got the flavor.
Oh, look at that. Nailed it.
Flavor.
You got the touch.
Come on.
Oh,
What's up?
how's it going?
John Hambone Maguire from New Jersey. I love this guy like I love my ears. Look, this was the guy I was talking about. All right, where'd it go? Crowdfund your life. All right, 3, 2, 1 action RPG. There it is. Thank you, Tiger Wizard. We got all sorts. This guy's nuts. John, welcome to the pizza party. We love having you here. Welcome to the Rats. You made it yesterday. You launched yesterday. You made your goal yesterday. Tell us about the next installment of 3, 2, 1 action RPG, Avon by the Sea.
Thank you, dude. I am so stoked to be here. I'm so honored to be on the pizza party finally. 3 to 1 RPG, for those who may not know, is a rules light cinematic gameplay style RPG. And Avon by the Sea is a story that I've always wanted to tell. Avon by the Sea is an actual place in New Jersey. It's a little seaside town, very nice little seaside town. And after spending a little time there, I kind of had these thoughts in my mind because I see all these weird planters on people's front steps.
Oh, yes.
I'm like, well, I wonder like why they have them in dead center in the front of their steps. I was like, I wonder if it's like a thing where like they're trying to keep people out. And then like I saw blue flowers glowing out of one of them. I was like, is that nightshade? And so my brain started going, and I started thinking of a story about like, you know, a vampire that is down the shore, existing at the shore, but was just kind of like tucked away there until a massive hurricane comes and washes away the very last of their dirt, and then they start going sick house. Growing up in New Jersey, I spent a lot of summers at the Jersey Shore, most notably Wildwood, New Jersey, which to me is the best boardwalk in the world. And there was a little place on there. I got a little show and tell for everyone tonight. A little horror attraction on there called.
Oh, no way!
Yeah. Fun fact, you can see the frame is much larger. On the website, it said it was 10 by 22. I need to get a different frame, but this is a replica of the original sign from Castle Dracula, which it was legitimately, for those who may not be able to find it so easily on Google, an actual castle.
Yes.
It was a haunted house attraction.
Great commercial. Great commercial.
A proper castle.
It was a proper castle.
Proper castle.
And so,
in New
you know,
Jersey.
I'm thinking about this story, and it's been something I've wanted to do since I started 3 to 1 RPG with my writing partner, Gio Colazzo, who is the other half of 3 to 1 RPG. And just stumbled upon the internet, doing a little research. I actually found a diagram of the floor plan.
Oh my God, are you serious?
Yeah, so I'm going to get Skull Dixon, who's done a lot of map work for us. He just did the maps for the Hotel Exorcist, which a day later, I'd be able to show you an 11 by 17 map of the hotel, just like Castle Ravenloft. And
but make sure you get the right frame.
Yeah, listen. I'm the one who printed this son of a gun, so I definitely got the right size. But
Right.
yeah, so I found that, and it just kind of all came together in my mind. And yeah, we wrote this thing. You get to play as teenage kids, your locals, and that's one of the things that people, you don't consider when you go to a vacation town. That like when you leave, those people stay there. They live there year round. So.
Yeah.
I obviously I moved the Dracula's castle from one boardwalk to another, and the hurricane did hit. 2012 Hurricane Sandy really
Yeah.
wrecked the state of New Jersey, wrecked a lot of the Northeast, and so you're cut off from the rest of the world. You're flooded, power lines are down, it's gas shortage, and now there is this crazy vampire running amok on your town. And there's some cool twists and turns I don't want to give away too much, but the tagline literally says vampires don't take vacations. So spoilers, there's a vampire.
Well, if you PayPal me $1, I'll tell you the spoilers because I play tested it.
Yeah.
Now
Brian
the
played
real
it.
Castle Dracula burned down. Am I correct?
Yeah, it was something like that. It definitely was one of those things that if it didn't go the way it went, it was taking up such because it was a castle, so it's taking up such prime real estate on the boardwalk. I'm sure they'd have a hard time, have a hard enough time keeping it going in this day and age.
I mean, as soon as Dracula steps out into the sunlight, he bursts into flames. Like that thing's gonna go up, right?
That's maybe how it happened.
Yeah,
I bet.
obviously.
Jeez, I think you just solved the crime.
Well, that's
Castle
what we
Dracula
do.
in the sunlight at his own castle.
Yeah.
Everybody out in Spaghetti Land, do yourselves a favor. Hop on YouTube and look up.
The commercial, yeah.
There's beautiful commercials about Dracula's castle. And was there a haunted mansion too, or is that the same thing?
So, fun fact, there was a haunted mansion as well, but it was in a different town, and my wife's mother worked there as a teenager.
Oh, Sally!
Yeah.
So, hey, yeah, and your wife, Sally, is also an artist as well. She's amazing.
She's a comic book artist. She's just wrapping up work on Archaic for Ahoy Comics.
Yeah.
I can't say the next thing she's going on to yet, but she's got another book lined up. She's best known for Door to Door, Night by Night. I Walk with Monsters, Final Girls. I mean, she's done a lot of really great work, and she's an exceptional artist, and she does a lot of work with 321 RPG. She's worked with Mystic Punk. She's out there. She did a book with Levi called The Vorpal Almanac. So
yes,
I know I'm very biased because I put a ring on it, but she bought The Cow, which is me. But I fell in love with her art first, and I met her, and then it was over. So
No, it's
that's
a
awesome.
world class onto herself for sure. Like,
yeah. Well, we got to have her on the pizza party too. You guys have some of the best wedding photos I've ever seen. Got married under the black and white glow of Dracula.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. Dracula is a very important thing to me. One of the most prized possessions I own. Like when George's daughter was born, my goddaughter, she would just want to touch and tear through everything. I didn't give a shit. She could touch her, tear through anything she wants. She's a little kid, but there's one thing I would never let her touch, and it's this. I don't even know what to call it, but it's this glass kind of doorway that has Dracula's face floating inside of it, and it's really ornately thing. It was like an official Universal. Years ago. But let me tell you, at the Wildwood Boardwalk, Gateway 23 Arcade, I spent my entire vacation week playing skee ball to get enough tickets to buy that son of a gun. So I will will it to her one day when I'm much older. But when she was at her little kid fingers, you don't touch Dracula.
You mean it wasn't your necklace of dirt from Dracula's castle?
That was me. I had that.
Yeah,
I had that. I still have the certificate of authenticity, but I can't find the damn necklace.
So find one on eBay. Just mix and match.
It's like $100 now.
Really?
Yeah, I looked. I was actually looking to wear one with my wedding suit, but one of her friends actually got us a little piece of Dracula's castle in Transylvania that I have as well. That's on display off camera.
You guys know Gene Shepard? The guy who wrote the Christmas Story. He had a radio show in the 70s and 80s on WNBC. I think it was WNBC, WOR. And he's one of my favorite orators of all time. Him and David Sedaris, I could listen to them forever.
Gene Shepard's my inner monologue voice.
Yeah, me too. A lot of times it's me, but me too. But if you have a chance, you can find it on Spotify. Gene Shepard, one of his tales was about the time he went to Dracula's castle and he's in Hungary, in Transylvania. It's amazing.
It's Romania.
Romania, excuse me. Yeah. Listen, I'm excited. All right. It's
In the
been a while, but
Carpathian
listen to
forests.
Gene Shepard about Castle Dracula. Beautiful thing. You brought up an important point, Hambone. I think we're all monster kids, and we all have an affinity towards one. Mine is a mix, but the one I got tattooed on me is Frankenstein's monster. Frankenstein's always been close to me. I love them all. Sometimes I feel like the werewolf and all that, but like I've kind of captured Frankenstein. You are a Dracula guy.
I'm a Dracula guy. I mean, like, if you can see over my head, my Monster Squad.
Yeah.
I want to say I love them all equally, but it is a foot race, and Dracula always wins.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm an OG monster kid. I got Count Chocula on here.
All the cereals.
All the ones that count. I love this stuff, and I love that I get to bring these crazy ideas that I have to life. And thank you to everyone who takes their time and money to help crowdfund our stuff, because as independent creators, I mean, that's our bread and butter. That's why I wrote the zine, to help others figure their stuff out. But because of people who have enough faith to check out our products, like me and George get to tell these crazy stories, and then we get to like hire cool artists to draw cool monsters, which is like, if you ask any artist, they'll tell you, I hate drawing cars and I love to get paid to draw monsters. So like, we love that we can give that back. As much love as that we get, I'm glad that we can give it back and give people the opportunity to make their days a little better by drawing monsters and getting paid.
Beautifully put. Tiger, what do you hate drawing?
What do I hate drawing?
Yeah, what's something that is something that you'd rather not draw? What's more cumbersome than fun?
Fumbersome.
Cummerbuns.
The truth of the matter is that I don't draw anything like well enough that it matters. So I was kind of laughing because I just did a car for the Mystic Punks not too long ago, and I kind of made it look like a Dracula monster a little bit.
Awesome.
Those are always the coolest
it's like
Hot Wheels.
Yeah, it's like
100%.
If I can just like put a little monster into like a toaster or like whatever the boring thing that I don't really care about drawing, if I can spruce it up a little bit, then that's not so bad.
Yeah.
Luau Lou's in the chat. I got a lot of people in the chat. Sorry, I haven't been checking in. We've been talking, but Luau Lou's a Wolfman guy. I thought he would be a creature guy.
Yeah.
I can see that.
Oh.
Yeah. All right. Levi's a Wolfman. What about you, Neon Lord?
I gotta get off the wall. There's only one monster, and he's the hero monster from New Jersey.
Yeah, I knew this was gonna happen.
All right.
How about you, Tiger Wizard?
I'm not a monster kid.
Which figure is that?
What, this one?
The toxic figure, the Toxie figure you just had there.
This
The
is
super
one of
glow.
like the reaction. Like,
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
Cool.
I got more Toxies on here. You want all the Toxies? I got the Toxies.
While he's pulling out Toxies, Hambone, if you haven't already, put the link in the chat so people can do it. This runs to the end of the month. It's already funded, so it's a guarantee.
Yeah,
there you
Hambone's a sure
go.
thing.
Sure thing. It's in the chat already. Also, there is a link. I think someone put in a link to the Castle Dracula ad, and I also put in a
Brian
link
Spellman.
to
Hey, Brian.
Apocalypse. So
Very
everything
good.
we talked about in the thing.
Listen, now Tiger Wizard and Hambone, we're going to come back at the end of the show, and I want your definition of success. But I'm going to move on, and we can all keep on talking because I want to stick. And I want to give my friend Handsome Steve some airtime. So let's bring him in all the way from Massachusetts. We got the oh man, we got Georgia, we got New York, we got Connecticut, we got Jersey, and now we got Massachusetts. Oh man, this is great. Steve, Handsome Steve from the Hive Scum podcast, from Under the Dice, and a whole bunch of other cool stuff. I met this guy. I knew this guy before I met him. I love this guy. He has been a huge inspiration to me lately. Steve, you crazy son of a gun. Welcome to Joey Royale's Pizza Party. And what a lucky guy I am. I get to see where the magic happens right there. All right. Steve, how you doing, Paisan?
I'm doing good, Joey. Thank you. Thank you for having me.
I'm so psyched that you're here. I am getting ready. You have gotten me going. Now you're a lot of things, but one thing that I know about you is you're a skirmish guy, and you've inspired me to take a look into skirmish games. And I'm starting to make my own minis. out of toilet paper and toothpicks and glue. I'll show you next time. It's going to be sick. But Steve, for everybody out in Spaghetti Land who doesn't know you, give me an elevator pitch of who you are.
I'm Steve. I'm from Western Massachusetts. I'm part of the Hive Scum podcast, along with two of my other friends, Gage and Terry. And I
Don't
run.
sound like good friends, Gage and Terry and Steve. That's a band I'd like to hang out in.
It's a good group. We got a good
Yeah.
group. And I also run I guess you would call it like a distro publishing and fanzine called Under the Dice.
Sick. And the logo represent Connecticut hardcore.
Absolutely.
There it is, right there. Little
Yep,
hate
right there.
reaction there. That's a beautiful magazine. And thank you. You were actually the first person that ever gave me a shot at an interview. That's the first time I ever got to, when I was just starting out in gaming. I was doing Drinking and Dragons, a little get-together in town. And through a mutual friend, you interviewed me. That's the first time anybody put me in print. So I owe a lot to you, Steve. So I want to talk about the world that you've created, the scene. I saw you, last time we hung out was at Arcane Con. Holy cow. One of the coolest cons I ever went to. You guys have such a sick crew. Everybody there was so kind and awesome and like weird. And I just felt like at home. Like everybody there was into cool, weird stuff. And I mean that in a loving way. We had every walks of life there. Everybody was shaking each other's hands. You guys were representing with your sweatshirts. What's up with that scene, man? You guys got some cool water you're drinking up there.
Yeah, Brian really brought it together. Honestly, Arcane Con was so cool, and I was so stoked to see him do it. And Brian's a good friend. I've known Brian for well over 10 years now, and I play in his RPG game like on every other Sunday. And what he put together was absolutely magical. Like it's everything that I've been striving to do with, Under the Dice Fest and all the things I've been doing over the past 5-6 years. And I don't know. It's always been like we have our friends, we have our like kind of our mutual, like most of our friends in we have New England War Council, which is like our wargaming club. That's a bunch of friends all over New England. And usually the thing that crosses over a lot is like our background in like music, like hardcore and like metal and stuff like that. That's usually like the thing that like, oh, you like this, I like this, that's cool. Like, what else do you like? And it's like, oh, you like wargaming. Okay, you like RPGs. Like, oh, you like these like weird movies. Like, and it's just different walks of life, and everyone comes together, and it's really cool. And we've always like, anyone can come game. Like, if you're cool, like, and you're not some jerk, like, come to the table, come play with us. Check it out.
Yeah, that's a sick friggin' Venn diagram. Like this is how the sewer rats got together. So tell us about I really want to hear about Under the Dice Fest. I'm so psyched for this. I'm going to be vending there. Hopefully I'll have some hardcovers by then of Weird Heroes. But dude, you got bands, you got tattoo artists, you got games. Tell the world about this genius.
All right. So Under the Dice Fest is a small gaming festival that started out kind of as it started out as a charity event a few years ago to raise money for Dakin Humane Society out of Springfield, Mass. To we raised money for an animal shelter that's all community funded. And then it kind of just kept going every year. We kept doing more and more things. And then we did the New England Mordheim Open, which was, the first real big Mordheim event in, 20 years. And that was under the mindset of like, anyone can come play this game with us. And we packed the room, and it was so popular and so successful that we're like, all right, we got to do something bigger next time. And then the next time it was like, all right, well, we're going to do a festival. We're going to do our own little convention. And that's kind of where Under the Dice Fest came, of like, oh, Nemo was one day. Well, let's do 2 days and see what we can do in 2 days. And now, that was so big, and we sold out of that event that we're like, all right, let's do 3 days now because everyone had so much fun. Like, let's just do 3 days.
Yeah, dude.
Steven, I want to come. When is it?
It is May 16th to the 18th. It's a Friday to Saturday, or Friday to Sunday. Friday we got, it's a little later start, but we have a wargaming grand tournament for one-page rules, regiments, and we have a few other smaller games and events going on. We have a couple people running RPGs. We have classes for painting and photography and all these different things.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
at
that's the
night,
cool thing too. Let's not shortchange that. They're giving classes on painting and photographing minis. This is so sick. These are true artists.
yeah, it's all the people teaching classes are like very talented people, and it's awesome to see people come out and want to teach their classes at our
Yeah.
event. And then on Friday night we have a metal show featuring the acts of Bolt Thrower 2, Disfigure, Melissa from New York, and then Chained to the Bottom of the Ocean. It's gonna be
Chained at the
fucking
bottom of the
sick.
ocean. You guys always play that on your Instagram. I love that. Is that you guys? Is somebody in your crew in Chained to the Bottom of the Ocean?
No, so two of our good friends are in Chained to the Bottom of the Ocean,
Okay.
one of which is Paul, who lives down the street from me, and Tyler, the singer, used to live with me actually. Like, so it's just a
Cool.
group of people that we're friends with, and they just
Yeah.
happen to also be in a sick band.
Building that sick network. Now,
Yeah.
Bolt Thrower 2, are they related to Bolt Thrower?
Not at all.
Okay. All right.
Not at
Just
all.
wondering. Tiger Wizard, I got an extra bed. I got a motel the other day. I'm not joking. If you want to come by, you can help me vend.
Okay.
All
Yeah,
right?
and we have a million vendors. We have so many people going to be selling stuff. It's going to be, if you're just looking to buy stuff, it's going to be crazy. And
Yeah,
unfortunately, tickets are sold out right now. We sold out
Well, never mind.
2
Tiger
days after
Wizard.
they went live.
Well, I guess
Tiger,
I'll
you
just
can
stay
come.
home.
You can come. Tiger, you can come. Don't worry about it.
Joey's plus one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
thank
we
you.
sold out like within like 48
That's
hours. It's crazy.
congratulations, man.
That's awesome.
amazing.
But
And listen, everybody out there, I don't care where you live or what means you have. You can do something like this. And I'm speaking from experience. I had nobody in my local crew that played role-playing games. All right. And I found a bar that was dying. I said, listen, can I have 5 tables Saturday night? I'm going to have 5 people, 5 tables of people come in. We're going to play, I told them, board games. They're going to have a board game night.
Uh-huh.
And I just sent it out social media. No charge or anything like that. You build a small scene, just bringing people together. I had no idea what I was doing. Next thing you know, a couple months later, there's 80 people. It's sold out. You had to move to a bigger venue. You can do this out there, friends. If you don't have anybody local to play, find a business that needs support. Go in there, be confident. Be like, listen, I got this business plan. And if you need a business plan or somebody to teach you how to sell something, talk to Hambone, because that guy can outsell anybody. I learned so much next to him at a table. But listen, I'm serious. Any of you can do it. You're looking at 5 guys right now who operate from their basement, sometimes literally. All right. We all have day jobs. We got families. We got bills. Man, do I have bills. But don't get chained down by that real world stuff. You need to have an outlet. I don't care how desolate or dumb your town is. You can build something. There are other people out there. There's monster kids. There's closet metalheads. There's just freaks that want to get weird. Find them.
Well,
Build the
well,
beacon.
you might want to cap it at monster kids.
You know what I mean. Friends of ours, all right?
Yeah,
Not
yeah.
perverts, for crying out loud. Jeez, you gotta take it that way. All right, Mr.
Well, that's why you got to put it out there. Make sure
Yeah.
that we're not
Now,
getting
Steve,
the perverts.
I don't want to be like what got you into the hobby? But I do want to ask you, because skirmish games to me have always been overwhelming, because I go to the shop to get my Magic cards and I see the guys with these expensive, beautiful models. I don't have the money for that. I can't get into another giant rule book. So for a poor kid like me in the basement, that's got a lot of time, that doesn't have a lot of time, how do you just jump in and start something that can be friendly? Because it's overwhelming.
Honestly, I don't even play Warhammer anymore. I barely play half the games that exist for like skirmish tabletop.
This is what I want to hear. Yeah.
I play. It's a little game. It's called One Page Rules.
It's free.
It's free. It's free.
That's how you do
it's
it, brother.
Free. And
real low price to enter.
Yeah, lowest price. You don't have to buy a book. You don't have to buy anything. They have army builders on their website that are very intuitive, easy to use. You can sub to their Patreon. I pay for their Patreon because of how much content I get out of.
Yeah, it's crazy.
their
I'm
games.
I'm on the Patreon as well.
$5. $5 a month.
Yeah.
And you get all their rules. And you could pay $5 and then get all the the advanced rules, the bigger rule book, and then just cancel it. and then you get all this stuff for $5.
Yeah, or you could just keep supporting them.
I think you should support it. I support it.
And they did what Games Workshop's afraid to do, and they have Space Skaven.
Oh, space
They
rats?
also have space.
Yeah, put
lizards.
some rats in
rats.
space already. Jeez,
I don't know why Games Workshop will not make Space Skaven.
they're scared.
Handsome Steve, what's your go-to kind of I don't know what you call it, class or squad? Like, what do you do?
Well, so I don't really play too much sci-fi anymore. I'm like really into fantasy right now.
Yeah.
So for fantasy, I've been playing standard humans because they have cannons, they have tanks, they have muskets.
Got
big
that black
knights.
powder.
Yep, and they're very cool. But I've always been like kind of a dwarf player, an orc player. I'm working on some orc stuff right now. I'm very excited about. I play mostly the game One Page Rule Regiments, which is a reiteration of classic Warhammer Fantasy Battle, like the big rank and file, like got big blocks of guys, and we have a really awesome scene right now in New England that I'm running a campaign for everyone, like a big map campaign. So as everyone plays, you're expanding your territories, and it's very fun.
I see the camaraderie I saw it at Arcane Con in the basement of the church where everybody had the terrain in the basement, and there was like, I don't know, it was just the war room, excuse me, but it was just cool. Like I said, all walks of life, like rolling dice, measuring stuff, and it wasn't that stuffy kind of old dudes you can't play kind of thing. It was punk. It was cool. And it really inspired me. And you're around the table. You have to be with each other to play. It's bringing people together to socialize, which is the core of all of our communities, from the music to the RPGs to the skirmish games. That's why I really wanted you on here tonight.
You got to get close enough to smell Joey's Old Spice.
I didn't put the extra layer on for Steve. There you go.
Yeah, and plus, like, Steve comes in, gets him into skirmish games. I've known him for years. He won't touch anything outside of a role-playing game when I'm around.
I'll tell you why. Listen to me. I'll tell you why. Because you are a completist. You're a collector. You have every box of everything.
Yeah, that is
and that's overwhelming to me.
I'm
the kind of guy, like, listen, you're making minis now, like from a factory.
Right.
I am literally going to the dollar store with glue sticks, all right? I love you. You're my brother. But we are at two completely opposites of the spectrum. I'm primitive. You're in high def, all right?
All right, that's fair. I'll take that.
I made this helmet this afternoon with a glue gun, basically.
Exactly. That's more my speed, the glue gun and the rats hanging off of it. But Brad, you got to admit, you like the bright, shiny toys.
Of course.
Yes.
So yeah.
So there we are.
There you go.
I'm gonna roll some dice. I'm gonna measure out some blast cones and everything when we go to Under the Dice Fest. Steve, I'm going to ask you this in a minute. I'm going to ask everybody as we close out. We're hitting the hour mark. I'm going to ask you what success means to you as a creative person. Now, before we get to that, I'll do that first. So listen, Steve, is there anything else you want to push right now that you or your friends are doing that we should check out?
I mean, I'm putting out my own skirmish game called Flames of Orion. It's like a mech combat skirmish game. Hopefully it's done for Adepticon next month. I have everything's done. The cover art's done. The logo's being finalized. I'm having a few people look over layout and everything like that, and I'm really hoping to push it out. So be on the lookout for that. It'll be on my store. I don't think I'm going to kickstart it or anything like that. I'll just do it all myself.
I saw the cover, and it looks absolutely phenomenal.
It's bonkers. It's bonkers.
It looks awesome.
Can I say something? I don't know if you know this or not, Steven, but I've read that game. Or I read it. A mutual friend of ours gave me a copy to check out maybe, I don't know, 6 or 7 months ago. And it's really good. It's a really good game. It's a really good.
Thank you.
Boom.
Another Venn diagram. It's complete. Awesome.
Look at that.
So I'm really excited for that to come out too, because I want a copy.
Well, hopefully, like I said, fingers are crossed. I'm really, really pushing now. I'm really got on the grindstone trying to finalize everything and get it out there to everyone. Besides that, the In Rust We Trust Discord is awesome. You should check that out. That's
In
like
Rust
our
We
Discord
Trust
server.
Discord.
Is
Yep.
there a link we could put in the chat?
I can post a link into the chat in a second.
Thanks, because I'd like to join as well.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Check out Hive Scum. Check out Under the Dice. I don't know. I think that's
you're
really
doing
it.
a lot of stuff, man. For you got a great crew. You're doing a lot of stuff. So keep on going. You're inspiring people, and
Thank
you got
you.
something very special. You have a special thing going with what you're creating. But what I saw with your pals when you were vending at ShireCon, and what I saw at ArcaneCon, and I'm following a bunch of your crew on Instagram now. That's even more important. You and your friends have built such an amazing community, and it's inspiring. I'm lucky to have a crew myself, and now I really want to get all these crews together because there's pockets of us. Listen, I'm talking to all of you out in Spaghetti Land. There are pockets of kindred spirits everywhere. Even if you think your town is a big steaming dumpster fire, there are kids out there ready to do cool stuff. So find them. Go for walks. Put stuff up in the diner. Leave your books at places.
Well, I mean, it
lighthouse.
depends on how much you spend on those books.
All right. You know, you can. So, tough guy. Going back to Robert and Rye and to our garbage pail friend Cyclops. What is success to you right now?
So,
Neon.
all right. So the big thing was when I first started, it's like, man, what's the peak? What's my like level of I've made it? That's like the end, right?
Yeah.
And it was like right for Cyberpunk, and that like once I did that, and then now I'm in, and I got some other Cyberpunk assignments coming up. That's it. Like that's my level of success. Like I get to write for like one of my favorite games of all time. Like that's the best.
So a game that inspired you, now you're producing for it.
Yes.
So when you think about in previous Pizza Party episodes, friends who haven't joined before, we talk a lot about your inner 12-year-old.
Right.
What would your inner 12-year-old say to you right now? Would that be considered success to your inner 12-year-old?
Oh, 1,000%. Yeah.
I think so. Well done. Congratulations. Tiger Wizard.
That's me.
Success.
Success.
Your success. I'm success. Yeah.
Yeah, I want to be cheesy right now and say that being asked to be on the Joy Royale pizza party is how I would define success. But I mean, that's a joke, right? But it's actually not that far from what I really believe to be true because, like when, you know, a big pile of money, you know, making the thing that fulfills you, or making the thing that a lot of people like, you know, like all of that stuff. It's like, wow, why are you doing it? You know,
Yeah.
like I'm in it because I want to have friends. I want to spend time with people that are interested in the weirdo monster shit that I'm into, stuff
Yeah.
that I'm into. Sorry, and you know, I want to spend time with those people, and that's what this feels like. So I would say this feels like success. And also like, you know, Steven was like, don't worry, I'll get you into the con. So I think like when somebody's like, oh yeah, don't worry, like I'll let you come to the convention, even though we're all sold out. That feels like success right there.
That's success.
Hambone.
You know, man, I will say, I mean, I want to say that me making it through an entire podcast or streaming show without using a single F-bomb is...
I'm surprised. I thought you were going to be the one that does it on accident.
It came close a couple times. You know what, man? Like, in the end of the day, of course, I think anyone who would say that they wouldn't like to make more money doing the thing they love to do would be a liar. But for me, like, I'm going to be 46 in a couple months, and I still get to make weird art with my best friend. And I still get to hang out with people I love, playing the games that I like. Joining the Sewer Rats means a lot to me because I've always known that there is a community out there to be found that'll really kind of like, you know, tie it all together in a bow. And like, here we are, you know, the fact that like 5 years into me taking a stab at the hobby, like I still have Kickstarters that are getting funded by people that are giving me the opportunity to get all these like crazy, almost did it, crazy stories out of my head. And yeah, I think it's cool, man. I think that, for me, everything else is gravy. I get to keep writing, keep hanging out with my buddies. Like, I win.
Wonderful. Handsome Steve.
I think it's kind of piggybacking off everything everyone else already said. The real success to me is like being able to do this stuff and people listen, and I get to do it with some of my best friends.
Yep.
Like it's very surreal, like
It
making
is.
a podcast that people actively listen to, they want to listen to, and I get to do that with my best friends every 2 weeks, and it's very cool to see. And then it provides us opportunities to go and do all this other stuff, like going to Adepticons, like having a merch table, like making games that people want to like buy, like, which is crazy. It feels very cool. And I would equate that to success, like people caring about what you're doing. But yeah, the friendships and all the people I've met, and that's the success to me.
And that's, I mean, thank you all for being open and sharing that. But that's why I do the pizza party. That's why I'm into role-playing games and all sorts of games, is because I'm 45 years old and I've never had better friends in my entire life. And that's because of the gaming community. Starting out with the community of Goodman Games, Joseph was so open and welcoming, and then meeting the Exalted crew and being accepted there. And then amongst my friends here, I would not know you guys had it not were for gaming and acceptance. And I think a lot of us that are monster kids were the weirdos growing up and still have the scar tissue on our arm from getting punched and not always feeling accepted. But role-playing games for me has always been an accepting space and a great space. I guess success for me is, I guess because I've made my 12-year-old proud, my 12-year-old self proud. We can have a conversation with each other. He's over there in the doorway right now. And it's like, hey, man, thanks for fighting. Keep on getting through. Thanks for sticking up for me and not losing sight of what it was to be a kid in your dreams. And yeah, I'm not going to get rich off this, but man, what I've made in friends makes up for it a lot. I'd like a couple bucks in my pocket. So
you got to keep the lights on.
Yeah,
I got to keep the lights on. I got to keep the hair gel. Let's not be stupid here. I got to feed my family. If half of my Kickstarter went to redoing my kitchen when there was anything left over, no joke. But like at the end of the day, I can sit down and make something and be like, cool, I made something, Your job is your job.
Now I got to change my answer. There's two levels, two facets. I thought we were talking like on a professional level.
Well, I think it relates, Bri. Like you wanted to do something and you pushed yourself so far and you made those contacts that you wrote for Cyberpunk, man.
Yeah, but that's one thing. But then there's also the camaraderie element to it as well. It's kind of, I feel like it's two separate things, but they're intertwined together.
Yeah, because like real success, is Cyberpunk and being able to remodel your kitchen, but success can also be found in the friends you meet on that journey. On that journey from your 12-year-old self to a Cyberpunk with a remodeled kitchen.
Cyber kitchen.
Yeah, cyber kitchen. Man, watch out for the toast.
I didn't get to remodel my kitchen. I got to put in a floor. Like I put in some linoleum.
Now all the erratas come in.
Cyber linoleum, I see.
Yeah.
Heated floors.
But seriously, listen, all of you out there, Zine Quest, I bring this up because Zine Quest is out right now, and some people jump in and they won't get funded. And some people didn't even press the start button because they were too self-conscious, or they felt that they couldn't do it. You can do it. Anybody can do it. Give back, if you're going to jump into something, make some friends first before you start asking, and get some help and help each other out. Like I say, it doesn't cost anything to share your friends' Instagram photo or a project they're working on, or just give them a thumbs up. That's free. For example, I forgot to mention this before, my boy, Jay Yamil Wrights is coming out with an awesome Kickstarter. I couldn't fit him on this episode. He'll be on next month. That's When the Sky Comes Looking for You. That's going to be for Weird Frontiers, for DCC. He's a great dude. who is kicking off some awesome stuff. So
I met him in
thank
real
you all
life.
for- What?
I've met him in real life.
Have you really?
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of, listen, you didn't mention something that's coming up in the neon world. Speaking of community,
yeah. So this Saturday is the Neon Con. I forgot all about it. Doing an online convention for Neon Lords of the Toxic Wasteland and like indie RPGs as well. 3-2-1 Action is getting represented. Zombie Brain Eaters is getting represented. Dick Wizards is first time in out in public. Old Wolfmanzilla himself going to be running some Dick Wizzin'. And then I think there's a ton of Neon Lords games, obviously, but I think that's pretty much it.
well done.
Well, thank you.
Before we go, thank you, everybody. I love you guys very, very much. I'm just going to depart with some words of wisdom to take you until next month where we meet again. Stay tuned for more Sewer Rats news coming out soon. And I just want to read this. My old friend Seneca, we're going to go back, take it back to the early days of Stoicism. I know it's a tough time in the world right now. It's always a tough time, but right now, for a lot of my friends, it's particularly difficult. And I want you to know that I love you and you are accepted and not accepted, embraced and celebrated here on the Pizza Party and here by the Sewer Rats. We all share that common thread here. But it can be tough, and a lot of what's going on in the world right now is tearing up families and people are feeling alone. So I want you to think about what this man said thousands of years ago. It still resonates today. This is from Seneca, from the book on the shortness of life. We are in the habit of saying that it was not in our power to choose the parents who were allotted to us, that they were given to us by chance. But we can choose whose children we would like to be. There are households of the noblest intellects. Choose the one into which you wish to be adopted, and you will inherit not only their name, but their property too. Nor will this property need to be guarded meanly or grudgingly. The more it is shared out, the greater it will become. These will offer you a path to immortality and raise you to a point from which no one is cast down. This is the only way to prolong mortality, even to convert it to immortality. Honors, monuments, whatever the ambitious have ordered by decrees or raised in public buildings, are soon destroyed. There is nothing that the passage of time does not demolish and remove, but it cannot damage the works which philosophy has consecrated. No age will wipe them out, no age diminish them. The next and following age will only increase the veneration for them, since envy operates on what is at hand, but we can more openly admire things from a distance. So the life of the philosopher extends widely. He is not confined by the same boundary as are others. He is alone, free from the laws that limit the human race, and all ages serve him as though he were a god. Be proud of who you are. Find those kindred spirits. Either go towards their light or be the lighthouse for us monster kids, for us weirdos, for us freaks. I love you all. Take care of yourself. And if you are ever in a spot and you need to talk to somebody, find me on Instagram, get_haunted_industries, and I am here for you all. I love you very much, friends. Neon Lord, Tiger Wizard, Hambone, Steve, thank you for being here. And I'll see you next month on Just Pizza Party.